We get to stay here for another day, and have to play another team that's going to just give us agita all night long, wherever it is. So.
Questions, raise your hand. We'll bring the mic around. Right.
Oh, Coach, there was 11 lead changes in this game. This is like this game obviously came down to the wire. So your overall thoughts about the last minute of the game, like what was going through your mind at that point, the tempo?
Well, just that, early on in the game, I realized it was just going to be a repeat of last year. A little bit different pace, a lot more scoring, I think, last year. I don't really remember. I think there was a lot more scoring last year, but I realized it was going to be the same thing, and I've said this about last year's game. Somebody's going to have a heartbreaking loss, and somebody's going to have a fabulous win, and this year it gets to be our turn to come in first in this game.
Hey, Coach, why did you say that you should have lost this game today?
Well, the pace was theirs. We just had trouble offensively. I felt like we didn't get into a flow. I think I don't think we're a bad defensive team, although the other 9 coaches might think we are. I don't think we're bad, but I think what we are is when we're good, a good offensive team. And we weren't able to be good offensively today. And that's a credit to Weber Mare, the way they played. So, that's why I felt like, we just couldn't wrap our arms around this game.
Coach, under 8 timeout, Gustis is on the bench with 4 fouls. You could have gone big and bring Walker back, but you elected to stay small and bring back Bowie. And that kind of turned the game around for you. Went up 6, even though William Mary came back again. But that kind of really helped swing momentum for you. Yeah, we were prepared to do both. He's somebody asked yesterday about our 3rd string catcher. He's our 3rd string catcher inside, and he proved he's ready to go. In a strange way, it helped us because they went small, and maybe it helped us a little bit with our matchups. So. Rock had 4 fouls. They were going to call, if he breathed on somebody, they were going to call another foul on him. So we figured we might as well let Denton go in there and play a little bit.
Wanya, you guys have probably said to me about 100 times that you wanted revenge over William Mary for last year. How good does this one feel?
Feels good. Just playing them is a very hard game, the way they play. And, I'm just glad we got the win and, competed with them for 40 minutes. We didn't. Not for 40 minutes, but the first half we kind of did bad on turnovers, and the second half we turned it up a little bit. They still had the pace, but we came out with the W.
Yeah, like he said, it's good that we won, but it's just a blessing just to beat this team after they beat us last year. And this team, they was making a lot of shots, so for us to pull this one out and we wasn't playing our best, it's real good,
Coach, Denton Kuhn plays low down in 5, latter portion of that game. Just talk about his play in the final moments.
Well, the great catch and finish at the end, actually didn't have one of his finer moments yesterday, but he's like this team. He's a winner. He wants to be out there. He wants to make plays right to the bitter end. He's part of our culture. And the only thing disappointing about Denton Kuhn is you only get to coach that guy for 1 year. So.
This question is for the Philly boys. The stories that y'all were rivals in AAU.
Yo, I'm for Philly too.
So, y'all about to compete for a chance to, go to the big dance. How that feel?
It feels great, exciting. It's the first time in 4 years that I played, and just getting there is tough. But I'm glad we get to play for the championship tomorrow. So I'm just very excited for me and my team.
Yeah, like he said, I'm excited for my team to make it here, the program, just the stuff we overcame, just at Hofstra in general. It means a lot to not just me, but just everybody,
I have a question first for Tank. In the first half, you guys were shooting a lot of threes, but you seemed to take it on yourself to go inside and go to the basket to get the offense going. Is that what you were thinking about?
I just sometimes we all get in habits of settling for shots that they give us. But a couple of my turnovers came because I was forcing situation when I could have took a shot, but I decided I'm not going to let them stop me from driving. So it was basically off reads. A couple reads I read wrong, got turned over. Some I read right. It was a gamble.
And for Wanye, you've played all but 6 minutes of the last 11 games. And today you were really all out on defense. Can you just describe the fatigue that you felt and how you were able to suck it up at the end when you had to?
Just like every game, I try not to think about it. especially when you're playing a game like this to get to the championship, you can't let fatigue phase you. You just got to do everything you can for your teammates.
For all three of you guys up there, could you just describe the emotions you feel right now compared to what you felt a year ago today?
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for like a week. You just see that shot just going, and you just constantly see it online. People just replaying, and you just like, man, like you got to wait a whole year. So I think we answered back well, by beating them.
For all three of you up there, how much?
Hold on, we get score. Your emotions.
Basically the same thing. Just that one shot playing in the back of our head all season. We know it was a great game last year, and it came up short off one possession. But today we got the win, and I'm just glad we can go to the championship. I'm sorry.
It wasn't for me. I mean, Zach, I'll for the rest of my life still think about that game. Just because we won today, I'm still going to be thinking about that loss we had last year. But it was the heartbreak of disappointment for these guys who last year deserved to be in a championship game and couldn't quite get there, and this year they do, so they get to be there. So, it's euphoria as opposed to absolute, whatever the opposite of euphoria is. I don't have my thesaurus right now, but but we still got one game to go here. So, I mean, and just in general with that, I mean, the hardest part in the world is getting to that championship game. I mean, these guys, you can talk about being tired, you can talk about, you don't think Wanya Green's going to be ready to go tomorrow? I mean, Tanksy, they can rest in May. It's hard to get to that championship game. Ask the other 9 coaches. It is hard. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be there 6 or 7 times. It's hard. I hope everybody appreciates that, whether it's Hofstra Nation or the other schools. And so to get there, it's almost like as hard as tomorrow night's going to be, you have you breathe that little bit of a sigh of relief. Okay, we're in the championship game. Let it all hang out and see what happens, as opposed to, oh man, we didn't even get to the championship game. So.
For all three of you up there.
Go ahead.
For all three of you up there, just describe, I guess, your confidence level going into tomorrow night's game, depending on who you play. Your overall confidence level.
Our confidence level is still high. We still, we always rely on each other and communicate with each other and stuff we need to do before the game, and it always plays a part on our tour.
I'm very confident. Our coaches prepare us. They always got a game plan for every team. So I go in every game confident, especially now. We played them 3 times, so ain't nothing we haven't seen.
Coach, the style of the game was kind of set early. I feel like it's physical, and then you guys forced them into their season average of turnovers in the first half early by getting into the passing lane deflections. How much of that kind of helped set the tone for you guys defensively, and for the players to know that it's going to mean those type of plays in this game for you to move on?
Yeah, Mike, good point. I mean, it was for both teams. I mean, we had too many turnovers too, and we had somebody almost have a triple-double with turnovers. So, no, it's okay. Make play. You won the game for us. No problem. So, but you're right. It did. It was like I said earlier. It was the opposite of last year. Last year wasn't a turnover game. It was a fast pace. Both teams were scoring, and both teams were turning it over. It became a kind of a defensive game for 2 teams that are really known for their offense.
Joe, can you describe what the refs said you guys 66 seconds into the game after the hard foul by Tarpey on Gustis?
They said it was a flagrant one.
Right. But can you describe what were they?
They said it was a flagrant one.
Mm-hmm. Can I follow up?
Sure.
No, not on that. You said you wanted to play these guys for 363 days. Does it make it more meaningful to have gotten to the championship game by overcoming them after all that happened?
Yeah, for me, yeah, it did. Sure. Sure. But again, it's just getting to that championship game. So, shoot, now we both got one. Maybe next year we'll be in the semifinals again, and who knows? Maybe somebody will be heartbroken, and somebody will have a euphoric feeling.
Wanya, in last year's game, you recall that Thornton, at the end of that great game, gave it up to Dixon for the winning shot. And this time around, when you drove, that's what happened with you giving it up to Kuhn. Was that just instinct at that point, or did you think about it?
It was just instinct. I was trying to get the layup, but I saw Tarpey, itching to try to get the steal. So once he stepped out, I just dished it off to Den.
Coach, they did a real good job with taking away the pick and roll from you guys with Wanye and Rocca.
Did a great job.
Even though Rock had 13 boards, he still only had one shot and only 2 points. Would you ever thought going in that you could win a game with Rock putting up scoring numbers like that and shooting numbers like that?
Yeah, only 27 minutes. He was on the bench a lot. I think he got a little, you can sometimes get afraid to move out there when you have fouls called on you so often.
What does that say about the character of this team, though, and the contributions from other guys like Bowie and Kuhn and Bernardi to be able to win with Goose only scoring 2 points?
Yeah, I mean, that's find a way, refuse to all those cliches that you hear. I mean, that's the way this team is. I mean, and the resiliency, the composure, the maturity that we've been hammering these guys for all year long. Nobody got rattled. Nobody lost their composure. I mean, there was a lot of mood swings in this game. We kept our cool, and felt good about ourselves, and we had that swag down the stretch.
All right, last one right here, Zach.
Joe, 2 things. What was Rokus's injury, and is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's okay. At first, I felt he was holding his knee when I looked down at the end of the bench, and then he had his shoe off, and our trainer was checking his foot out. So, but he seemed okay. I don't know. He seems okay.
And then, Joe, what do you say about your 2 guys up there? When you guys were struggling, Amin got you going, and then the last 5 minutes seemed like Wanye made every play you can ask.
Well, again, it's almost like what can't you say about these guys that I haven't already said. And they just stop. Here's the one thing that they never let you down. You can count on these guys and trust. I mean, I trust these guys with my life, and we count on them. The whole team counts on them, and when you have leaders like that in your locker room, it just makes everybody else better.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.